20% of the world's irrigated land is already thought to be affected by salty soils. And with sea levels predicted to rise by up to 2 meters by the end of the century, saltwater farming is being taken very seriously, with large-scale experiments underway around the world. But what more could be done in areas that have little or no water at all? Biologist Professor Jill Farrant believes she may have the answer.
Climate change is for real. I think we should all be very aware of that. And it's going to bring different issues to different countries. But in South Africa, my country, what the greatest prediction is that in 20 years' time, we will be a desert. That's a big problem because there's very little irrigation and we rely entirely on rainfall.
Jill is trying to harness the power of so-called resurrection plants, species that can lose 95% of their water and remain in a dry state for years, but when it rains, spring back to life.
My work is to be able to understand how these plants can lose water and not die, and to transfer that genetic and biochemical potential to crops so that they too can lose water and not die.
Jill and her team at the University of Cape Town have discovered that food crops also have the same potential because they share the same core genes, which allows them as seeds to lie dormant until watered.
So now that we understand that every crop has these genes in the genome, the gene editing technique is going to be used to switch them on in leaves and roots under drought conditions where normally those genes would be silenced. Wheat, rice, and maize are up there as providing 75% of all food calories for everyone in the world. And sadly, all of those crops have been bred for food yield, compromising their stress ability. Because of our study on resurrection plants, what we're going to do with gene editing is to try and mimic that in a crop. If we don't make changes now, we're not going to be okay in 20 years' time.
Whether, like Jill and her team, we create plants that need less water, or plants that drink salt water, or simply focus on managing what we have available, there's no getting away from the necessity of this essential ingredient in all of our food production. Figuring out how to channel water to quench the thirst of the crops that we rely on is one of the earliest questions to face humanity. In fact, over thousands of years, we've come up with all sorts of incredibly innovative solutions to make that happen. And it's upon this that all of human civilization is still based. But in the next chapter of our planet's climate, we're going to have to really kick it up a notch, getting the maximum amount of productivity out of every drop. And the clock is ticking.